Hello, hello. How is Facebook doing today? I'm just realizing my background is a little off center, so don't be too distracted by that. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Pretty sure it's Wednesday. Yeah, it is. So if you are hopping on, I would love to see some love or some likes or some things so that I just know that you can hear me because every once in a while we get these like technical difficulties and people can't hear me. So just give me something, a thumbs up, make a comment, something so I know you can hear me. So I wanted to talk. I started this little series. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, Eileen, how are you? So I wanted to start this little series on the timeline of health issues because what I find really interesting when I am working with gut health clients is how they don't associate some of their health issues with a gut health problem. Um, One of the biggest things that people don't like realize can stem from a gut health problem is like anxiety or depression. People just don't realize that quote unquote mood disorders could have anything to do with gut health when actually they're very tied together. So I realized that a lot of times people don't recognize that they have leaky gut or that they have a major health issue until it's gotten really bad. And then when they start to heal that, other things get better as well at the same time. And they're like, oh wow, I never realized that that issue would clear up too, right? So I thought I'm going to kind of break this down over the next few days with you guys about various things that might indicate that you have a gut health problem and that you might need to do some repair to take care of that. So I want to talk today about like stomach aches. This is kind of like the first line of realizing for a lot of adults anyway that you have a gut health issue is that stomach aches, the gas, the bloating, acid reflux, those kinds of digestive issues. Um, and so that's kind of a first indicator that something's up. If you start to, when you're eating a food, you start to feel like after you eat, maybe you feel over full or like really bloated, or maybe your stomach just kind of hurts when you're digesting food. Maybe you get really gassy after you eat certain things, or you have like acid reflux, so you have like heartburn or something like that. These are indicators that something is going on in your gut that's not really good. But if it's the only thing you're dealing with at the moment, you may not realize that you're currently on early stages of a path to leaky gut or other, chronic health issues. So what does it indicate? Um, it it depends. It sometimes there's a food sensitivity and you just don't realize that you have this sensitivity to a certain food, and it's mild enough that it might take a while to recognize. For example, for me, I had celiac disease. I didn't know I had celiac disease. I For years and years, as a kid, I had all these like stomach problems, and as I got older they just got worse, and I would just be in the bathroom a lot, and my stomach would bloat up like I was like 8 months pregnant after I'd eat a certain meal, or I would just be getting woken up in the night with stomach pains. I would take Tums a lot or Pepto-Bismol used to be the thing I would take so much of. Um, because I would just end up with these issues after I would eat something, I wouldn't feel well. And so it made me kind of restrict what I was eating because I just wasn't sure what was going to trigger it. And so that was really hard because sometimes the symptom can be so mild, like it was with my celiac for years and years. I would just get these occasional stomach aches. I would get, especially if I was like stressed or anxious, or I would get like bouts of like diarrhea or things like that. And but I didn't really realize it was tied to a specific food because it wouldn't happen like right after I ate. Sometimes it would be hours later, and it wouldn't happen every single time. So it was kind of intermittent. So trying to pinpoint what food item is causing your discomfort and your distress can be difficult. So sometimes it is actually a food sensitivity. Sometimes it's more of a stomach acid issue. You can have too much stomach acid or too little stomach acid, both of which can be caused by what we eat and also can be caused by medications. So sometimes it stems from there. Sometimes it is from something else, like another underlying chronic issue that you just don't know yet that you have. Sometimes it is due to stress. Sometimes it is because you don't drink enough water. Like there can be so many different reasons. Maybe you need a liver detox. Like there can be all these different reasons. So it can be really hard to pinpoint exactly what is causing your underlying stomach issues. But there's a good indicator that there's something brewing when you have trouble eating. Because let's be frank, like people have to eat, right? We need food to live. We're supposed to eat. Our bodies are supposed to handle digesting food. Now, that being said, a lot of the food choices that we have available to us these days aren't exactly healthy and aren't exactly promoting good gut health. So if you spend many, many years eating a certain way and you are consistently eating things that don't promote good gut health, so you're consistently eating more processed foods, things that come in packages or boxes with ingredient labels. You're not eating a lot of veggies, you're drinking soda instead of water. Like these kinds of things are going to end up eventually damaging your gut, and you're going to end up not feeling very well. Um, Oh, good, Lacey. Hi, how are you? So thank you for tuning in. So yeah, and this is something that's really interesting too, is that you can have a chronic health condition that is to do with stomach problems. Like I had celiac disease, it's more intestinal than stomach, but it started out with like, a lot of discomfort. Or a really perfect example is like lactose intolerance. That usually hits higher up in the digestive tract, so it's more immediate after you eat something with dairy in it, and you'll get bloated and gassy, and your stomach will hurt. Um, but what's interesting, awesome. But what's interesting is that over time, these things can get worse, and they can actually lead to other problems. So when you stop that problem where it is, you're actually stopping other illnesses from beginning to occur, or you can end up reversing something else. So for me, for example, when I healed my celiac disease, when I switched what I was eating, got the dairy out, got the gluten out, got started really getting away from processed foods and things like that, other health concerns cleared up as well. Like, I don't have menopause symptoms. Um, I'm in menopause, but I don't have any symptoms. Or like anxiety. I used to have anxiety. That's gone. I used to have seasonal allergies. That's gone. Like all these things like disappeared after I healed my gut, because that's why I called it a timeline. These things are connected. An underlying root cause to pretty much every single lifestyle illness or chronic illness that we can have. And it's usually starts in the gut, and it starts out slowly because our bodies are super resilient. They want to be healthy. So they're daily and nightly, when you're sleeping and you're not putting food in, your body is in repair mode and it's starting the process. And then the next morning we wake up and we eat like a Pop Tart or a bagel or some processed bowl of cereal or something, and it starts all over again because your body's like, this is the wrong stuff, and it's making my problem worse and still providing some nutritional value and some calories, which we need, but at the same time it's like kind of egging on that underlying condition, right? So but this is what the beauty of the gut reset program that I run is, that my clients all tell me like multiple things feel better by the end of the 12 weeks. Multiple things have improved. I have a client who was on 8 medications and she's not on them anymore after we healed her gut. So she had a host of health conditions that have improved greatly. And it's so neat to watch when you start to heal your gut and you focus on one problem, how these other things just sort of go away. And sometimes you don't even realize it. You're like, oh, I haven't had joint pain when I woke up for like, I can't remember. I think it's been a few weeks and I used to have that every day. Like it's really awesome. Or I had another, person recently in my gut reset program who was like, this is the longest stretch that I've gone with like no stomach pain. And it had just become like part of her life to constantly have this stomach pain. And it was just like so great to see that disappear, right? Um, so that is why I run the 12-week gut reset, because there anywhere that you fall on this continuum that I'm going to go over the next few videos with you guys, you are going to be able to see improvements in whatever that health condition is. So this is like the beginning of it. So if you're in just the beginning stages and you're like, I get some heartburn, or I have some gas and bloating, or I have, stomach discomfort when I eat, or my bowel movements aren't real regular, that's a good indicator that there's something going on and you're kind of in the early stages of a gut health problem. So, but what's great is, even if you're further along into one of the illnesses or chronic conditions that I'm going to talk about in the upcoming videos, there's still a ton that can be healed and reversed doing this same exact program. So I have people in this program from, some that really don't have health symptoms at all. They just want to lose weight maybe, or improve their energy. And then some people that have really serious chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes or thyroid conditions or things like that, that we are, able to apply the same program. And because it's all from one underlying condition, because this is a timeline of health, um, all of them are helped. So it's pretty awesome. So I'm really excited because we have another gut reset coming up really soon. And it is filling up quickly. So I wanted to give you guys a chance to find out about that. So it's 12 weeks. And what we do is thank you, Eileen. Eileen was one of my awesome participants in the last 12-week gut reset. She did so great. It was really awesome to watch and to work with her. Um, so it's 12 weeks, and each week of the 12 weeks, we cover a different topic on gut health. So while we are setting up your program, we're working in stages. So in stage one, we're kind of giving your body a break and kind of re he, getting rid of the inflammation and like detoxing you, right, from all the stuff that's been causing your issue. And then in the next phase, we go into rebuilding the gut and bringing health back to it. And then in the final phase, we're, repopulating the gut bacteria, and we're also like giving you the ongoing like lifestyle tips and how to create the habits that are going to keep you healthy ongoing. But each week, also, while we're doing that, you're learning something different about your gut and about your health. And that's one of the biggest things that my clients tell me is they love what they learned about their gut in the 12 weeks, things that they never knew. And now they have that knowledge moving forward, which is going to help them make better choices um, for the rest of their lives, so that they won't revert back to those health issues later, right? Because that's the goal. I mean, if it just works for 12 weeks, what's the point, right? My goal at the end of 12 weeks is that you have healed your chronic health issue and you know how to move forward in the rest of your life and continue to feel good. So that's what the program is for. That's why I created it. And like I said, we're starting again. We're going to open the group on the 19th. We'll probably officially start on the 26th, but I like to open it up so you have all your materials, you have your food lists and your shopping lists and your recipes and all that. So that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. So if you want a spot, you can message me or drop a comment here and I will message you. If you have more questions about it, we can hop on a quick call and I can, answer your questions so we can really find out, is this program the right program for you? Like I said, don't wait too long though, because it is filling up quickly. I only have, I think, about 4 spots available right now. So you want to make sure that you grab one of those before they're gone. But that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. So let me know in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, please hashtag replay. But let me know if you do have chronic stomach issues. If you are constantly feeling like stomach achy or bloated or gassy or, acid, like heartburn, that kind of thing, drop a comment so I can maybe, help you work through what's going on there. Because there's a lot of different things that can be causing it, like I said, and it can be very individual. So sometimes we need to kind of go over like your eating habits and your stress level and all that to pinpoint where your culprit is. But usually it's a combination of food and lifestyle. So, things like stress or not exercising or, drinking too much on the weekends or all those different things. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. I don't want to keep you super long. I just wanted to let you know about the timeline. I will be, Hey Beth, how are you? I'm glad you hopped in. I will be going live every day, probably this week. If not every day, then there might be one day that I'm not live, but probably it will be every day for like the next 10 days because I have all these topics and I want to go through the whole health timeline with you. Disconnect on me. It almost disconnected. It must be time to end this video. So right now, hi Ellen, how are you? We talked about stomach issues today. We talked about gas and bloating, and that is kind of an early stage of knowing that there might be something going on with your gut. So what we're going to talk about tomorrow is weight gain and the inability to lose weight. If you struggle to lose weight, you feel like you're trying everything, you're working really hard at your nutrition, um, or you're exercising like a fiend and you just can't seem to take the weight off, maybe there's an underlying reason. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. And again, if you're catching the replay, hashtag replay, if you have any questions, or if there is a chronic health issue you want me to talk about over the next like 10 days, drop it in here and I'll make sure that I use your topic for one of the videos. And again, you can always reach out to me in Messenger or just drop a comment here and I will message you if you want to, talk a little bit more about your own personal health condition that you are addressing. If you want to find out if the gut reset program would be the right program for you. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Have a great rest of your Wednesday evening and I will see you tomorrow.